What can we do to help ourselves? This is Yahweh, servant. Um, what can we do to help ourselves? Okay, at this day and time, we are slaves still, along with everybody else. They're slaves too. And we are dying, we are starving, and all the above. And when you watch TV, all you see is just stuff programming for us to continue to be slaves. Why is it that in all the white people's movies that they have good films, uplifting stuff, even their goofy, funny stuff is not like the black films, and our films are filled with clownery. They love the Wayans boys. Oh man, and Chris. Everybody hates Chris when everybody loves Raymond. Why is that? And Martin Lawrence in his dress, and he's got another little guy with him, and he's also in a dress. And where I live in the black area, they had this great big billboard of that new show that, or the new movie that Martin has. Why would they put that in the black community when they don't put any other billboards up of anything relating to black? They want us to fail, and we are going along with the program. Anyway, um, I think that I was wondering, what do the people in Israel have that we do not have? And as I went into my research, I saw that they were going into, well, they are into Kabbalah. And I wanted to know what that was. At first, I didn't, because they said, oh, it's Judaism, that's their religion. Okay, it is not. It is ours. And looking at some of the books, its origin is from Egypt. And they try to tell us that Egypt is not in Africa. And if you look at a globe or a map, that you will see that Egypt is in Africa. And also it lists Spain as origin as well. And we know that the Moors that were in Spain, are from Morocco. Okay, that again says it is ours from Africa. Anyway, what do white preachers tell us? They tell us that angels are nothing. So we don't call on angels, and that's why we suffer. At one time, when I was a bad sinner, I thought my life was cursed, and I guess it was cursed. And I looked on the internet and found this talisman, and it was of the Archangel Saint Michael. And it said to pray to God and then ask for the Archangel Saint Michael to help you. So I prayed to God, and I asked God to let the Archangel Saint Michael help me. So I had to say his name 8 times. I said, Archangel Saint Michael, Archangel Saint Michael. 8 times I said that, and my need was met. Not my want, but my need. Like God and like us, we are mothers and fathers, and we take care of our children's needs, but not their wants. And if you try that, then that is help right there. We have to call on our angels, and that's also in that Kabbalah. All the Kabbalah books, you have to read, research. Some of them are going to be very good books, and some of them are going to be ones where, what, Aleister Crowley and people that worship the devil, where they called on bad angels, but we can call on good angels and invoke God's name, because we know that God is not the correct name of the Creator. That is just a title. Um, in all the tribes in Africa, or Hebrew Israelites, talking about the tribes, we all had different languages. So we called God under different names. Even the Aboriginal people called God, another name. So you have to look at that. You can't go by what's written in English, like in the Bible. All the words that's written in English is not the correct wording. And also, if you look at where the white people, didn't want to give black people any history, any credit for history, um, where they would put themselves there in place of us, or just omit us altogether. Why would you listen to what they have to tell you if you're in a debate with them? And even now, hey, it's no point in debating anymore. We're tired of debating. We have to get into that Kabbalah and take back what is ours, make up our own symbols. Just don't call them bad angels, call them good angels, and pray to God. And I think that we're going to get our help, because at the end of Obama's term is 2012, and that should tell you something right there. So we have to, start helping ourselves and start thinking for ourselves, because our people are dying and we're all going down the drain and watching this TV and all this homosexuality stuff and killings that we see on TV, the CSIs and all those killing shows. They even have a lot of black people in them now. Make sure black people watch them and they tell you how to kill people and get away with it in court. So if that's what you want for your life, the question that God is going to ask you, or you're going to be asked,
I send you.
So you're going to have to stop
I send
all of
you.
those addictions and
I
habits.
send
Oh
you.
Lord, why me?
Committed.
I'm so
You
weak.
want to ask yourself, are you worthy to go to heaven? As in, right here, today, and now, your past is behind you. You can start a new life, and you just going to be a missionary for the Lord, and stop sinning, stop being nasty, stop being whores, and stop watching stuff that's going to cause you habits and addictions. Like, when you watch like the porn on television, a lot of the music and the black music, is telling you, oh, let's go knock some boots, let's go cheat on somebody, let's go do this. You're taking that into yourself. You're conjuring spirits, and then when those spirits overcome you, like greed, you eat like one hamburger. Oh shoot, that was good. Then you go and get another hamburger. So you're teaching your body how to eat two hamburgers at the same time. And then as you start getting bigger and bigger, all your organs are being pulled down because you have a giant belly, from drinking beer and eating up a whole bunch of food, because you're not eating like a human anymore. You're eating like an animal. Then you're going to have like swelling problems, high blood pressure problems. Then you're going to be addicted to medicines. And then when the time comes, when the blackout
Yes,
and all
Lord.
that other stuff
We shall go.
comes that they're talking about that's going to happen in the future, we're going to be like zombies. The zombies that they talk about on Resident Evil and all these other movies that they show about, people half dead. And when you look at a crackhead or drug addict or somebody that's like totally drunk, they look like a monster. They look like a zombie. Read Daniel 10, the 6th verse. It will tell you that the color of the skin was burning bronze. Also read Ezekiel 40, verse 3. It will tell you also burning bronze. Revelations 1 and the 14th verse. It will also say burning bronze. But today we have so many revised books where they are changing the color of burning bronze to fine brass. Next, they will change it to just brass. Then they will slip in ivory. So you have to get those old books and you have to look at different Bibles to see what I'm talking about. In Daniel 10:6, it says that his arms and his legs were the color of burning bronze. You can see for yourself. If you don't have it in one Bible, look in another Bible. But all these revised books are there to change the word and the meaning. Like leprosy, they have changed that meaning to mean something else. And we all know in the Bible that Cain had turned white, and that was the mark placed on him. And also, I have gone on to another level as far as Bible study. I've gone on to Kabbalah because I wanted to know, what did the Hebrews have, we as Hebrews, what did we used to have that the Jewish people have, and that is Kabbalah. Its origin is in Africa. It also says Spain, but that means Morocco because the Moors were from Africa. Origin is listed in Egypt as well, even though they try to tell you that Egypt is not in Africa, when you can look at a map for yourself on a globe and see that it is. So we must help ourselves, call on our angels, and call on our God. Amen. Amen. Well, right?